welcome. I'm definitely not Vlad, and you're watching the Mastering All Roles series. We're currently working on Tank. Before we get started, I'd like to point out you can still vote for the upcoming series for the Healer spec, the Ranged and Melee DPS spec. Make sure you check out the links in the description. You can vote once a day, so if the spec you want is not winning, keep coming back and voting for it. You might just push it over the threshold. With that out of the way, today is the first time in a while that I have not just had to do like weekly stuff to catch up on the character to make sure that it's as geared as it can be. So what we can do now is we can just go straight into a dungeon, and that's going to be amazing. So what I would like to do is, I do have a key. Hold on. I have a Grimbatol, which I don't really care about. I haven't had time to do it. I think I got that at the end of the last episode. But what I do want to do is Arakara, City of Threads, or Dawnbreaker, because I haven't done any of these dungeons so far. I'd like to start getting them done on 6s and 7s. So we're going to type in 6 to 7 and try to join some of these keys. I am not 100% sure I'll get invited. My rating's surprising for my item level. My item level is 608. Maybe not that surprising, but still. I'm just going to start applying, and whatever run I get into of these three, we're just going to do that one. So the reason, I don't know if I already said this or not, because I just woke up a little bit ago. I'm trying to get this video recorded and edited and all that for tomorrow. But basically, I haven't commentated these three runs, so that's why I'm trying to get them done. And the tank privilege shows off. Within like a minute, I am in a +7 Arakara run. Well, hopefully we get the trinket. That would be super cool. Where am I going? I can just portal. Why am I flying? Oh, somebody left. Was that this person's dungeon? No, it wasn't, because the leadership did not change, so it was just some dude. And now we have a healer as well. Oh, and they're the same person just joined back in, so I guess they were, I don't know what happened there, but let's see if we can't make this work.
A few moments later.
So I can get rooted over here. We're gonna give, I just killed our healer. All right, well, I have taken a little break after that bricked Arakara run, and I'm ready to go again. But maybe not an Arakara again, but let's just take a look at one of the other dungeons that I have available, which is City of Threads and Dawnbreaker. We haven't commentated any of those. We're going to go 6 to 7. And there is a Dawnbreaker right here that this guy's trying to do. Let's see if we could do that. I would prefer to do Dawnbreaker because I had a mishap in City of Threads last night where we accidentally put in a 12 key instead of a 10 key, not even 11. And honestly, the difference between 11 and 12 might as well be 5 key levels. It is so stupid. we did pretty well. We just decided to commit and do the 12. We got all the way to the last boss, and then it just kind of fell apart. We didn't even manage to complete it because it was just, I think we lost a bit of steam when we saw we weren't going to time it because our DPS wasn't as high as we would like it to be and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop yapping and just try to apply. I guess I'll apply to this as well. Screw it. I just want to get this done and get a properly commentated run. So what happened in the Arakara, I don't know how much of it I'm going to show in editing, but just long story short, we did everything amazing. And then on the last boss, there was just fail after fail after fail. I won't talk about the others, but what I did wrong was multiple times I was not in a position to get into the pools. And also one time I gave freedom to our healer right before the yoink went off and just straight up killed him. I can't remember correctly, but I think the healer might have just been dead either way. I think they couldn't reach the pool, but yeah, it was no bueno. That was the pull where we could have killed it and timed it, but after that we did one more pull and that was the kill. But it was rough. I felt really bad about it. There were multiple reasons. It wasn't purely my fault. There were multiple reasons why we didn't time that key, but I feel like, it was do or die, and I died, or rather the priest died because I killed him. Oh damn, lots of City of Threads. Let's see if we can get into one of these. Oh, +6 City of Threads. It's with the Mist Weaver. Well, I'm gonna go and teleport to it. The random DPS left the group. I guess they're not too keen on playing with a 900 rating +4 siege type of healer in a +6. Who knows, maybe they are correct to be cautious, but I do see that they have a main with 2.7k healing rating. So I am cautiously optimistic. As you can see, main's M plus score is 2.7k, so that's, you know, reassuring to some extent. But yeah, I will talk to you once I'm actually in a run and getting things started. All right, we're gonna start this off by asking if anyone has engineering. If they do, we're gonna do the little thing you can do with Queen Anstric over here. Oh, we have Rogue. Oh, derp, right? Rogue and Priest can do it. My bad, I forgot about the Rogue. I know the Priest can do it. I forgot about the Rogue being able to do it. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull that big guy along with all of these. I have to make sure that these guys are silenced so that they can actually move over to us. We're gonna keep silencing them. We're gonna yeet a hammer at them. Now we're gonna stand over here. Why? Because he's going to direct that frontal probably at me. And if he does that, then... Okay, he didn't direct it at me. But he's closer to everyone. And then it's a lot easier for everyone to avoid that frontal. I'm going to kick web bolts as much as I can. And if I see them casting the other thing at people, I'm going to give them freedom. It was not necessary, so all is well. I'm going to go ahead and heal myself. Or not heal myself, sorry. The poison the spell myself. Reapply my sacred armaments. And just keep blasting. Alright, Ravenous Swarm means there's a lot of AoE damage going through. In general, by the way, if you have a group that's really good about kicking and organized about kicking, when you pull the double pull with the big guy and the what's he called? Okay, we need to hurry up. I'm gonna give us this. We need to just run past it. Oh, we have web bolts. Okay, can we actually use this? I'm gonna give freedom to this person. That's a big knockback on everything. We're gonna kick this. Bit of a shit show. We do have the buff available. I'm gonna bubble. This was... What is knocking these mobs back? What the hell is going on? I'm going to blind to prevent that. I'm going to prevent this as well. I need stuns on these. Let's try to move the big guy over here. That guy's all the way in the back. I'm stunned from the circles. This is such a shit show, and I think it's mostly because I tried to do the thing. I'm going to give lay on hands to our rogue here. Going to keep interrupting. Here we go. I have something I need to interrupt all the way back there. If I do that, we're going to pull the other thing, so I'm just not going to do that. I'm gonna interrupt this instead. Okay, this is a shit show. Very big shit show right off the bat. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm gonna give myself freedom. I'm gonna kick this, and then I'm gonna try and interrupt this guy. Make him actually come over to us. What a crapshoot. Holy shit. We're gonna give freedom. No, we're not, because it's on cooldown. I am very flustered, and people need to start pressing their kicks. There we go. We have kicks. I'm going to try and move away from this guy so we don't pull him, which may be a mistake. I don't even know at this point. This was not worth it. I overestimated the impact of that buff, and it cost us 6 deaths. So that's my dumb ass costing us 6 deaths. Okay, we're using a defensive, stepping over here. I'm going to focus on getting as many kicks in as I can. Hopefully people help me out a little bit. I'm going to switch back to the Devotion Aura, try and interrupt this. Somebody took care of all of those. I managed to dodge that orb that was coming out. We're going to try and give free heals here. We have an Assassination Rogue, so we can actually pull these. I think that'll help them with the funnel, right? I don't know for sure. I know it'll help this person with the funnel, which is the Enhancement Shaman. I just got to make sure I actually hold aggro on them. There we go. We managed to do that with Divine Toll and a Shield Slam right on top of that. The instant dispels are not helping anyone, so we probably shouldn't do those. We have a full melee group, basically, unless this is Elemental. No, it's Enhancement. We have full melee. Instant dispels should not be done. I'm going to res this person because otherwise they have to run back, which takes a lot longer. All right, the Shaman is also already resing them. They've gotten their res off. I'm going to heal everyone to full, and we're going to get started. We have Lust available for this boss. I am going to pull in this direction. I'm just going to keep moving in that direction. So this is so that people know which way I'm going. There's a Subjugate, big old tank buster. They nerfed it by, I think, 25%, or was it 20? I can't remember exactly. I did a yap about it, but I don't know for sure. I need to just dodge the orbs now. Subjugate, I'm stunned. Subjugate doesn't one-shot, so that's good. Gonna ping here so people know which way I'm going. The Shaman is in a little bit of a precarious position. Please, boss, move when I move. That would be great if you could do that. Okay, now we're safe, and I feel like I can, again, comfortably start doing my rotation and everything. Okay, I'm just trying to avoid getting stunned. I think I can avoid getting stunned. It would be great if this person didn't move as much. I'm going to ping here. I just need the boss to actually move to where I'm pinging. There we go. He should be dead soon. That's why I said go this way, so that we're just closer to where we want to end up when he dies. We want to go across that bridge. So yes, this works out perfectly. I'm going to hold my cooldowns here. I don't think I need them. Shadows of Doubt coming through. I got to dodge some orbs. All is well. Healer doing quite well so far. We'll see how he handles the big AoE pulsing damages later on in the dungeon that just really hurt. I say this because the healer is 584 item level. Now, aside from the messy pull, the second pull at the start, we're doing quite well, I would like to think. I'm going to send that in just to get that the queen, Eye of the Queen, into the fight. Gonna kick these web bolts, try and heal the healer. Okay, Gossamer Barrage, look for the swirlies. We're gonna sack the healer. Healer has his defensive running, or rather his external running. He used them himself because he got stunned, I think. So that is perfectly fine. Null Slam coming out. We did get an interrupt right there, but it doesn't matter because the guy is gone. He's going to give us his perfume. A very odd interaction. Imagine like, hey, what did you do today? Oh, you know, I just beat up some guy until he gave me a perfume. The usual. Somebody did take care of that last orb. That's very good. Queen is almost dead, or rather Eye of the Queen is almost dead. I don't know how to get rid of this anymore, these cooldowns. It's so irritating. Plater just keeps shoving them in there. It's kind of annoying. I did not consent. Okay, so we go into the middle of the room. Judging from the position of these guys, nope, it's not. My apologies, I lied. I lied through my teeth. It is not the inside, it is here in the back. We gotta hit it from the back in an alleyway behind the the main building or whatever. I don't know. I tried to make that funny, it just turned out creepy. Maybe it's both. I don't know. If you enjoyed the joke, I don't know. Let me know in a comment. Please engage with the video. This is what we call desperation, kids. We're just gonna move so that the Mistweaver can stay in his little thing on the ground. There we go. Giving out some heals to our friends. We're gonna use Crusader Aura just to get around a little bit quicker. Ideally, we would have the closest spawn of these. That would just be really nice. But we're gonna see how it works out. Do we have the close spawn? We have the close spawn. Yay! We're gonna switch back to Devotion Aura. We're gonna hit the Webmancer with a silence like so. Maybe that'll help him move over to us. Gonna put focus on him and just interrupt him the second he starts casting, which is soon, I would assume. Reapply Sacred Armaments because our WeakAuras is telling us to. We're gonna use Divine Toll on cooldown here because there's so much time between these pulls, and there's so much time from the last pull to the boss being pulled that you can use whatever you want unless it's like a 3-minute cooldown. It's some crazy shit like that. I did try to interrupt that Grimweave Bolt or whatever it was, but I just didn't have anything available. The global wasn't there for the Avengers Shield that just proc right there at the end. And very nice. By the time we get to the last one, I will likely have I'll have Sentinel and Divine Toll up and ready. Now, one thing to point out about these little sentries, just because they're walking in the circles here, imagine the circles even bigger behind them. So it's not a circle, it's an ellipse. It's really it's more of an egg than an ellipse, really, but it's so stupid. Oh wow, this one, I haven't had this one in quite a while. But yeah, basically because of, like, call it lag or whatever you want, or shitty net coding. Because of that, the hitbox of that circle actually extends further behind the mob than it looks. And it's very stupid. We're going to give a sack to our healer just because he's the squishiest. I have a good sack target with him. That's something at least. Very good kick by the rogue. I'm going to kick this next one, make it move because I need to reposition tiny little bit. Reapply our thingy thing with the stuffy stuff, which is consecration this time around. It's not even the Avengers Shield, which is the go-to thing for me to forget in this series apparently, is that it's called Avengers Shield. We're going to spend our words of glory on healing some people, and then we can go to the last thingy. Okay, he's speeding up quite a bit. I'm gonna give Crusader Aura. He's the closest one. I'm just gonna stand in range to give him Crusader Aura. There we go. He's activated him. We can go back to where this thing is. Very nice. The second you see the Executor speak, you know that it's activated and you can go back. Okay, so for this boss, it's important to note that VX is the one, or Vix is the one that starts throwing daggers first, and then when they go to, like, when they teleport to the center, they exchange weapons. So then the other one, I think it's Enix, I don't know. The other guy starts throwing daggers. So you have to switch target and stack on that one. The reason I mention this is because when they're throwing daggers, they don't move at all. So you have to move the one that's melee over to the one that's throwing daggers. It is NX, so Nix. Vix and Nix, the Fangs of the Queen. Okay, cool. Switch back to Devotion Aura, so don't forget that. And I don't have to spend the global for it in the middle of everything. We're gonna taunt that one. There we go. And we're just gonna pop all our cooldowns here. There's no reason not to. We're going to use a bubble here when they all land. They didn't all land. I need to move over to Vix. That's my bad. I should have already moved. I didn't realize that he teleported. My bad. There's the big explosion. Icicles are coming out. We're going to sack our healer. Keep him nice and safe. There's a synergistic step. So if we bait them to go in this direction, they're just not going to go far. Reason is, I found that out yesterday, if this bar extends a lot out of the area of the boss fight, they will straight up just not move. So if you can bait them into a wall when they're near a wall, that is perfect. See, they exchanged weapons. This one now has the sword, I think. No, they just changed. I would imagine that they actually exchanged weapons that they're using, but no. Nice, everyone was stacking, so that's perfect. For the second Rhyme Dagger, I'm going to, am I going to use my bubble? I don't think I need to. I'm just going to use a big defensive, and we're going to move out. There we go. And back onto Vix or Enix or whatever, whichever one it is that I'm targeting right now. The names of these bosses suck. Synergistic Step is coming in. We're just going to have to kind of wing it because they're in the middle of the room. We haven't repositioned them. It's hard to reposition them because one of them is a turret. But they're going to teleport back to the center, and Vix now is the one that throws daggers. So we're going to stand over here. I drop it closer to the center because they go over to give each other a little big smooch. Good job, lad. A big old smooch. They got to go touch tips in the middle, so we have to go over to the middle, closer to the middle, and drop our consecration there. That was a beautiful knockback to clear out those Orbeez, but I did not use my Night Elf racial. I thought I used my Night Elf racial. That's my bad. We're going to give heals to this person. We're going to sack our healer and make sure that he stays nice and safe during this. Synergistic Step going off. I think they might die during it. Do they die during it? Let's find out. Last one's going to happen now. Do they die? They die. Beautiful. Now we have to wait for more RP in this dungeon because it isn't tight enough of a timer as it is. So they had to add or keep a bunch of RP. Speaking of RP, what do you guys think about Dark Flame Cleft? Are we going to actually have that? I don't know. There's patch notes coming out or have come out, and I really want to check those out. Now here I can do quite a pull. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You're going to pull 3 groups, and it's very important to bubble here. Especially early on before any of the mobs are dead. It is fortified. This is very scary. On 10s, obviously, you'll always have fortified and the other thing. Everything is stunned. We're going to use this. I have no other defensives available. This is potentially where I have to start kiting. Yes. I'm going to give myself freedom and just start kiting. The group is full melee. They can all deal with it. Hopefully people start kicking that one. I'm spamming these so that I can actually maybe reset my Avenger shield and try and interrupt this guy. Marauder and Pursuer are alive. That means I can go into the next group. We're going to use wings here for the defensiveness that it provides as we stack up Sentinel. And there we go. Now I can use my blind here to take care of the ones that the Orb Shatterer doesn't do. A little annoying that this knife thrower guy. Oh, did we just have like some kind of knockback happen, or did the knife thrower guy just jump randomly? I don't know what they do. Yeah, the pursuers seem to just jump around randomly. That's okay. They seem to be pursuing hot air because they're just they're not really pursuing me because I'm standing there and fighting them. Okay, we're gonna pull both of these groups. I just need 1 second for aggro. Boom, there we go. Everything interrupted. We're gonna focus on one of them and ignore the other. We have Ardent Defender running, so I can't basically die unless it procs. We also have big defensive or external from our healer. That's beautiful. I'm gonna use big defensive here. Guardian of Ancient Kings. We're also going to go ahead and use our Eye of Tyr just to make sure that we're nice and beefy. We really got to make sure we survive this. Now, if shit comes to, push comes to pull, if shit goes down, I can still bubble, but there is no reason to as we've cleared this. For the next mob, they've nerfed the dot damage that he does, and Crusader Aura was very useful for these fights, as you might imagine. But they've nerfed the dot damage that he does, but I'm still going to, try and help out the healer here. And now the healer might use revival to remove these dots. He's not going to. I'm going to go ahead and just sack someone. I sack the healer. I'm going to go ahead and use blind here to clear out all of these. Beautiful. Yes, so we potentially had revival. I don't know, maybe he used it for something else, so we didn't have it. We also potentially had Poison Cleansing Totem from the Shaman. He just opted not to use it, or maybe doesn't have it talented because it doesn't do damage, so why would he? But that could have been a little bit easier, but it wasn't hard to begin with, so I think we're perfectly fine. Especially now that the poison doesn't take half your health anymore. That's a big boon. We have silences on the guys that cast because the rogue corroded them. We're going to go ahead and kick the one that wasn't kicked. Dark Barrage is coming in. You don't really have to move out of this. It does physical damage for some reason, so it just straight up does not do damage to the tank, and any plate wearers really don't need to move out of it. We're gonna go ahead and give heals to our healer. The irony of that statement, we're gonna stun this guy because I didn't see that he was super low. Maybe I didn't need to stun him, but I don't really need my stun for anything else in here. I just wasted the sacred armament by using it right at the end of a fight, but that's no big deal either because I have wings coming up and it'll give me a free sacred armament. Might be an issue a bit with the cooldown, but we'll make it work. It's not like I have great uptime on it anyway. Kill off these droplets. We do have bubble available, so we can bubble run some of these, what are they called? Orbs that we have to collect from the boss. That'll be nice. I'm going to try and use it the second time. The first time he uses the big pulsing AoE, that person was in body full range, so I did not appreciate that. We're going to go ahead and use wings and divine toll, just blast the boss as much as possible. And I could take care of these orbs if they let me. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, there we go. I'm going to stun this one. There we go. I did use the stun for this boss. I did need the stun after all. Did I just let it heal? I hope not. No, I haven't absorbed, so I did not let it heal. I'm going to heal myself. I need to move the boss for all this melee. We are full melee. That will make the last boss a little bit more interesting, I think, because we can all just go and do the thing. Viscous darkness, not vicious, whatever, is happening, which means we are going to get the pulsing AoE. I'm going to move him away from this. Okay, Rogue is Cloak of Shadowing and grabbing all of those. I'm going to bubble and grab all of those. We're going to sack the healer, give him the defensive. Looking to heal as much as possible, heal the Rogue. Move out of all that crap. Oozing Smash doesn't really hurt me all that bad. Beautiful. Boss should be dead before the second big AoE pulse because we're doing Fortified. We get knockback. We just step forward a little bit to reduce the amount of knocking backing that's happening. Oozing Smash coming in again. Not too worried about that as I was full health and ready for it. The group can take care of the stuff behind us. We're going to go ahead and absorb these, and we go this side because that's where we came from. We came from here. We went down this side, and we can finish it off on this side. I don't know if we have percent. I always struggle with percent in this dungeon. I think we might not, but we're going to find out. I'm going to use all my cooldowns here for damage and just YOLO it because I'll get them back by the time we pull the boss. I don't want to activate. Okay, this guy went and activated it anyway. I might just pull it back here because I don't want to have to fight both of those mobs at the same time. It doesn't look like we'll have to. I think this thing will die pretty quickly. He's active, so I'm going to go pull him and interrupt him with Avenger's Shield. Make him come over here. I do not want to fight both of those at the same time on Fortified. We're going to go ahead and give freedom to our healer so he can get out and do whatever he needs to do to heal. Just make sure we keep him safe. We will continue giving him freedom every time in the boss fight so that he is not affected by the Grim Weave dot at all. Because he is the squishiest person in the group. Umbral Weave, we're going to give freedom to our healer in a second here. I could not do it just yet. And we're going to blind, take care of those. Interrupt this, that would be ideal. Perfect. There we go. Now we can start this one right away. I'm going to move him away from the center, so in case the healer wants to drink, although I find it unlikely, they have manatee and all that stuff. But in case the healer wants to drink, they can drink. The issue with pulling it in and keeping it in the middle is that you are sometimes unable to avoid pulling the boss, especially if you have, I don't know, like a red paladin. Ask me how I know. The reason that's an issue is because consecration will stay on the ground or in the middle, and that'll pull the boss. So you just gotta keep in mind little things like that can really help. Healer's at 55% mana, so he might actually want to drink before the boss fight because the boss fight's pretty annoying. Tremor Slam coming in. We're gonna just not use anything for this because the healer can comfortably handle it. Now the swarm, that's the real pain in the booty hole. That hurts like a mother trucker. So keep that in mind. These things need to die. I'm standing here casting heals at people instead of actually killing these. All right, we're going to take care of all of these. I'm going to absorb them. And healer is at full mana from drinking manatee, I would assume. I'm going to ping that. I'm going to move in that direction once the orbs are done. I'm pinging here so people know where I am. And let's go. Splice is happening. I don't think I want to use anything for that. We're just going to move backwards. Just keep moving backwards. Shaman didn't get the memo. Freedom to our healer to prevent the dot from being applied. See, there's only 3 weaves. Why? Because I gave freedom to someone and I have freedom myself. We're still stacked. We can just keep backpedaling. As the orbs keep coming in, we just keep backpedaling around the room. That is the tactic for this boss. That makes it the absolute simplest it could be. I had my shield sacred armament available, so I gave it to my healer. I'm gonna spend my heals here after the thingies go down, or after the slam, when the slam goes down, to just make sure everyone's at full HP. Slightly messed this up, but all is well. Still doing fine. I'm not gonna move. I'm gonna make people move. I'm gonna lay on hands this person to make sure that they don't die. I used a big defensive for that. I'm just gonna quickly stunned this. This made it a lot more difficult because people are just lazy about hitting the orbs, and it's a big buff and a big buff to the enemy and a big buff to us. So we want to make sure we have it. Okay, we're going to sack this person, heal myself, heal this person. Okie dokie. Pretty intense. We're going to use Eye of Tear just to reduce the damage we're taking, and also to make sure that we yeah, there's so many people getting hit by the orbs. I think I'm just not positioning it well. I don't know. We need to use wings here and try and get some holy power, spend some holy power. Umbral Weave means I give freedom to my friend here, and then we do this. Very nice. Okay, the orbs are going to come in from the side, so we got to just keep moving. There we go. That's the boss dead. Okay, I didn't even realize that the boss was that low. We still need percent. We're just gonna go over here. I think 2 of these guys will be enough. That's percent. Just need 2. Don't need more than that. Honestly, that's better than I expected it to be. I guess I pulled a little extra after the second boss, and I'm okay with that. Just need them to pass out or pass away, I guess. I don't think we're knocking them out. This isn't Pokemon. We murder in this game. There we go. Beautiful. And that is City of Threads plus 6. Got a little messy there. People started getting hit by orbs. That would have been a wipe, I think, on an sorry, on a tyrannical key, because those orbs would have one shot. I got Insightful Blasphemite. I think that's kind of useless. Do I reroll my Grimbatol? I don't think I need to. I don't think there's anything I really want to do with that Grimbatol key or any other key that I want to do it for. I think I just want to push it up. Thank you for the run. All right, I gotta plug the YouTube channel at the end of a good run. I feel like I tanked that reasonably well. Did okay DPS-ish. I don't know, but I'm quite happy with my performance. I'm always happy with my performance when we time a key and I commentated well, which I think I did. I think I explained most, if not all, of the things that I pay attention to when I'm running this key. Probably not everything, because there's a few things that I just don't have the time to say, but you get the idea. But with the Arakara run and the City of Echoes run, I think it is now time for me to call it a episode, I guess. I think before the next episode, I might just run some other keys, some 4s and stuff, just to get a bit more gear, maybe stuff like that. Get some upgrades in. I would love to get some kind of, trinkets that don't suck. This one's okay. Actually, I'm curious now. How much damage did that do? That did 3.4% of my damage. That's about an average trinket. Yeah, 1.7% of my damage came from my embellishments. That's surprising, but maybe it's because they're like in the good gear or whatnot. I don't know. Whatever it is, it's quite surprising to see that amount of damage. Maybe once I do more damage by having higher item level, this won't be such a significant proportion of my damage. And then we have the Ceaseless Swarm Gland, which is doing less than an embellishment. But it's meant to be also like defensive and offensive, because it reduces the damage dealt to me by 25k, which is not much, but I guess it adds up. Let me check. It doesn't actually show up over here in healing done. I thought it might count as like a little bit of an absorb, but it doesn't. But I'm sure it adds up through the course of a dungeon from a billion hits. Although usually if you get overkilled by 25k, you're getting killed anyway. So, all right, I think that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. Let me know what you liked about it in a comment down below. If you had fun, make sure you subscribe, because there's more episodes coming. And if you're feeling particularly generous, you can become a channel member. Channel members have guaranteed replies to their comments, and they get nice little shout outs at the beginning of episodes. But as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.